I was having this conversation with one of my friends who runs a business in Dubai. Okay. I was asking him about how his business, like, being June, month of June, 6 months. So I asked him, when you compare to last year versus this year. So he was saying, yeah, business has improved. And, as usual, challenging. Not that you're minting money. However, I'm very interested to know the bad news or the stuff they don't talk about. Because obviously, if you're in the Middle East, you can't publicly say this, right? So I asked him, tell me what you can't say online. He said, inflation. He's saying inflation is crazy. Yeah, the cost of living has gone up substantially. Rents have gone up, electricity gone up, water is negligible. But shopping also, when you go, you just wonder where all the money goes. And imagine this is a businessman. So then I asked him, how are you sustaining? And the answer was very simple. You have to work your ass off. You have to work harder, you have to work smarter, and you have to make more money and figure out ways and means you can cut down expenses, because he's running a business. So then what I did is I spoke to a couple of people who I know who are working as employees, because now as an employee, unless you're in sales, you can't just keep earning more money every month, or it's a fixed income, right? So with these people, either there was a job change, they looked at the job change, which now is getting harder because now there are too many people in Dubai or Middle East, too many of our Indians. The minute they hear, okay, good salaries, they will leave everything and just run. So many of them have applied, and obviously most of them are asking unrealistic salaries, because keep in mind, you need to have UAE based experience, not just experience of the industry that you're in. You need to have UAE based experience. You need to know the UAE market. You need to have, I would say, the tools that give you value in UAE. For example, you have a driver's license. Okay, and why you need a driver's license? Move around. Others, how you're going to have? You're going to employ a driver. You're going to take a taxi. You lose all your money. Then the other one is, do you have contacts? Do you have connections? Do you know people in the industry? So all that is required. Just coming as a newbie and thinking, oh, I have 20 years experience, I can show them and they'll be so happy. No, there's always competition. There's always competition from people. Maybe they'll not have 20 years experience. Maybe they'll have 15 years. But maybe they can do exactly the same job as you. And sometimes, remember, companies also think, if I can get 2 or 3 guys within the same budget, why not? Okay. So now, many of them have applied for other jobs. There's always success, failures, it's unpredictable. But those who have got better jobs, their salaries have increased. But now here comes a problem, which I've seen some of them do. Let's say without being too specific, let's say a guy is earning 10,000. Okay, a guy is earning 10,000, and now he gets 20,000, double. Generally, what people tend to do is, the minute they get more money, they stop living the 10,000 life. They start living, or they start aspiring to live the 20,000 life. For example, a person who was staying in Sharjah will say, oh, now I can move to Dubai. It's closer. Yeah, I will save time. Okay. Then maybe they had an old second-hand car that they didn't upgrade for a long time. Now suddenly they take an auto loan. They have a better car. Maybe they dressed up simple because it was a small position. Now it's some MNC. You dress up. Obviously your image matters, right? So they start investing in new clothes. Maybe before they were networking with simple people in a simple part of town, eating in a small cafeteria or something. But here in Dubai, you're living in a slight upbeat area. So where you could eat for $100, now it'll be $250. Okay. And then obviously, your children, they were studying in a small school. Now, obviously, if you changed your location, you want your children to be nearer. So you put them in a school in Dubai, which is far more expensive. So overall, people, I think what do you call this? A hedonic treadmill. People just keep, the capacity to want more always increases. Now, is there something wrong? No, it's not wrong. You deserve a better life, and everyone deserves a better life, and you should know what is best for you. But the big question is, which even for me, when I was in Dubai, I never wanted to hear this question. I never wanted to answer this question. I wanted to act as if this question never existed. My mentor, that time was the CEO of a switchgear company, used to always ask me, what about your savings? Why don't you save money? Why don't you save 50% of your salary? Just put it aside. I used to think like, oh, what savings? Who bullshit savings? Just enjoy life. I used to go and live each and every day to the fullest. That was my philosophy. Now, I'm not saying that you're something like this, but you need to check your savings. So if before, when you're earning 10,000, what is the saving? For example, let's say you saved 1,000. Now when you're earning 20,000, it should not be, oh, I'm saving 2,000. It should not be more or less the same. It should be more. And I know this might sound like me being like a grandfather saying, hey, save and this. I'm just telling you that try as close as possible to live that same 10,000 lifestyle and save money, not for a rainy day but you must save for unpredictable times, and always be proactive and ask yourself, okay, this extra money that I save, give yourself a goal. Do I want to educate myself? Do I want to train myself? Do I want to dabble in a side business? Do I want to pursue my hobby or my passion? Do I want to do something that I love? Or do I want to plan out for my retirement? Because like I've always told you, bad times, they will never announce. They will never inform you, hey, listen, bad times are going to come. You're going to lose your job. The department is going to close down. Or, rents are going to be like 40% more. You're not going to save anything. Or your company is going to terminate other people. You have to work more hours. Or, So they never announce. It'll just happen. So you have to do your best to save. And I think one of the best ways is to live below your means. This is something which was very unpopular with me. I hated it. But today I religiously practice it. I always live below my means. Because, if you have to spend money, you can spend like mad now. And we live in a day and age of consumerism, of spending money, of showing off. It's become I wouldn't say trend, like a disease. It's like it infects all of us, and especially people if they see social media. Oh, this guy has a big car. Oh, he went for a holiday. Oh, they are eating in such a nice restaurant. You get influenced by this. You see, oh, people are having a good time. Why don't I also have a good time? But if you would not see all this, you wouldn't know. Even sometimes in UAE, the government itself advertised 3 days sale, 80 to 90% off. Buy and store. I can assure you this much. Those prices are not 80 to 90% off. Nobody is mad here. Think an iPhone is costing, say, $1,000. You think they're going to be they're mad to sell an iPhone of $1,000 for $100? You'll say, no, that's a brand. Any company. How can you sell at 90%? That means either you are bullshitting and selling it, at a overinflated price, or you have played around with the sticker price and trying to fool people. Don't get carried away. Oh, 50% unless it's a known brand. Let's say, for example, Listerine. Okay, we went for shopping. Listerine, which was, I think this was 120 baht for one bottle, normal. They had some, some special festival, buy one get one free. It was not a very maybe popular brand, but my wife said, I'll buy this. I'm not very particular with the flavor or taste, or just a mouthwash. Okay. Toothpaste, buy one get one free. Sometimes they have. So it may not be big things. That way, I've told you before. Like everyday things, like every day I drink an espresso. So if the brand that I like is at 50% off, I stock up for a year. I've done that. My espresso coffee is enough for a year. Toothpaste, we have enough for 1 year. The various brands we like, Deo Roll-On, powder. And powder I've not bought for a year. I'm talking of Deo Roll-On. It was selling at an incredible 60% off. I was like, oh, we can just buy and keep. So day-to-day things, but food items don't. I made a mistake sometimes. I don't buy for a year, but sometimes if I get 60% off, I might buy something that we like seaweed. It was 40 baht. They were selling it to me for 15. I bought enough for nearly a year. But by the end of the year, I got fed up. So I'm not going to do that again. So the point, what I'm trying to say is, if you get something that is worthwhile, that's worth your investment. Like, for example, you have to buy a car. Your car is dying out and they are selling you an old model, maybe 2 years, the actual showroom. Say they're saying the actual sticker price was, example, I'm giving 100,000. We'll give it to you for 70. Plus, we'll give you some upgrades because it's old model, nobody wants it. And it's a Japanese brand. I would say buy it, man. Or let's say somebody needs cash badly. There are times where people want to sell something, mistake purchase. I have to travel. I'm getting rid of this laptop or something and it's useful to you. Fine. But otherwise, don't get pulled into consumerism. See, overall, what I want to tell you is, you have to know your priorities, you have to know what are your goals, you have to know your life. But most important is what my mentor had told me. End of the day, how much ever you earn, it doesn't matter. Inflation is always going to go up. Ask yourself, how much are you saving? And the more you save while living a comfortable life, the more you save, the better it is. And remember, if you just 2x your salary, don't 2x your saving, go more than that. And as far as possible, try to live the same old lifestyle that you used to live before, and you lose nothing here. And be selective about the friends and the company you keep. Check your habits. And I'll tell you, over the period of time, you realize what I'm saying makes sense. But in the end, remember, you have one life. You decide how you want to live it. Because end of the day, it's only you who have to face the music. So yeah, let me know about you. Has your salary increased? Has your expenses increased? Or are things looking better for you? And if you have any ideas, how are you making extra money? Do share them, put them down below so it's useful for other people. Alright? And if you're doing incredibly well and you're very successful, very rich, avoid bragging about it. Alright? So you guys take care. It's me signing off. Bye.